The market's getting another major boost on China trade news. The Dow's trading higher by more than 200 points, although off session highs. Bloomberg reporting that the U.S. and China have a deal in principle that awaits President Trump's approval. With just over an hour left in the trading day, what should you be buying? Here to discuss it more, PwC partner Mitch Roschelle. Mitch, great to see you. So obviously we had this looming deadline for tariffs on Sunday. It seems like a little bit of a chess match here. The president waiting for the right time here, but still reserving the right to rubber stamp this deal. Your thoughts?
Well, these tariffs on Sunday, which are on $156 billion worth of stuff, are all the consumer products that I think hit most every human being in the country. So that's the real important one. And he's sort of taking it right up to the deadline. You know, the tariffs may or may not be the greatest strategy when you think about it in the abstract, but they're certainly getting China to the table. So I think as of now, it seems to be working if we got close to a deal.
He tweeted about it this morning, saying that the two sides were very close. It was going to be a big deal. They want it. So did we, he said. And also at the same time, there were reports that the tariffs wouldn't go into effect. Maybe he would throw that out there. He'd cut the tariffs already in place. But an agreement in principle for phase one, could that send this market just...
Yeah, so let's step back and ask why. So the reason that the market is so, jubilant, if that's even a word, because it is the holidays, right? But the reason why they're so excited is because corporate decision-making has been on pause for about 18 months now, wondering what this trade war could turn into. So knowing that there was a phase one deal and knowing that the tariffs are maybe squashed down for a while will get businesses in 2020, which starts in a couple of weeks, investing again. And it's that investment that's going to spur more growth. So that's the thing that investors really want. They don't want corporate decision makers not making decisions that are going to harm earnings in the future.
So it's about taking that uncertainty out of play. It certainly gives the market a position of strength to operate from. Let me ask you this. When it comes to the president and his strategy, we did say we've dealt with a lot this week. You had the Democrats coming out announcing the articles of impeachment. Then you had the announcement of USMCA. So they gave something, but they kind of took something away. And it looks like if this does, in fact, happen, that the president sort of held back on this, kind of like a crown jewel.
Well, I think the things that the market cares about, they care about what the Fed have to say. They care about China tariffs. I don't think the market cares at all about the impeachment noise. They're probably not even watching it on trading room floors. But they do care about the things that can impact the economy going forward. And certainly putting some of this trade skirmish behind us is going to help the economy, and an accommodative Fed is going to help the economy.
I know you don't have a crystal ball, but we've definitely seen China come to the negotiating table before, be very close to inking a deal, and then pulling the rug out.
And I'm not quite sure, Jackie, what China is giving up. We know what we're giving up, which is scaling back tariffs, 50% cut on the ones that we have, maybe pushing off these December 15th ones indefinitely. If it's only agricultural purchases, once the market starts to digest that, that may not be enough for the market because we're not dealing with IP theft, we're not dealing with forced transfer, we're not dealing with state-owned enterprises. Those are the big-ticket items that the president, quite honestly, has campaigned on. So we'll see what the market does in the next couple of weeks of December and into January as they start to process all
Well, the
this.
president's demand on agriculture was pretty significant, much higher than what China was doing previously. If it was to include some of the talking points that you just mentioned, this phase one deal, some of the harder negotiating points, your thoughts real quick.
I think then it would boil down to enforcement, right? So it's one thing to put it on paper. It's another thing to see what happens if they don't. But we know one thing. Tariffs matter to them.
Yeah.
And if tariffs is the thing that happens if they don't play by the rules,
Thank you,
then
Mitch.
that's a good thing. All right, Jackie.
Thank you, Mitch. And Liz Clayman, over to you.